Hi, I'm Sofja.
Hi, I'm Astrosuka. We are very excited to be here. We're going to talk a bit about our work and share some ideas and processes. We're both musicians and artists from Buenos Aires, Argentina, a very beautiful city. We love it. For the last several years, we've been working in different areas related to our artistic practices like organizing events, parties, experimental electronic music live shows, and also doing workshops and art exhibitions and releasing our own music via our own net label and collective called Trueno we used to be part of. And for the last year and a half we have been in the NFT ecosystem, trying different platforms and tools of presenting our work to the world and making a living out of it, which is a very important thing.
Yes, we've been mainly working with visual arts in the NFT space, and we really like exploring the new platforms and projects that always are coming up, because each one offers a different way to interact and to try different formats. But we were also really interested all this time in building our own space, because in that way we can decide which things we want to do, and maybe to have a little personal space to do all the things that we want and explore formats and ways of connecting different multimedia and music, and also get to know the tools and how this Web3 stuff works, because it's a really important thing in our practice, open up things and trying to understand which parts makes what, and in that way you have more control and more power in deciding how you are going to present your work. So we came up with this new project that is called Unun, that is going to be a small net label focused on releasing music and multimedia and experimenting with different formats of releases.
Yes, we're trying to build a space where we can feel free to do whatever crazy thing we come up with, and being able to publish it, and also having the platform being an extension of our identity, and not having to adapt to something that has nothing to do with us. Like the music industry is something we're not really part of, even though we have music on streaming platforms and all that. It's not we're not making a living out of it, and it's just something we're part of just because I don't know why. I mean, our friends could listen to our music via some more personal experience, and so we're very interested in expressing our identities through the tools we use and through our platform, and we also believe in that idea that every community and even every individual should be a platform, because since now it's possible thanks to all the tools you developers and thinkers are providing. That's a perfect opportunity. We want to focus on a small scene of Buenos Aires underground, like our friends, and trying to make something humble, because it's something that also happens that every new platform and project that emerges is trying to be the next big thing, and we don't really like that attitude. We don't really need things bigger than the protocols that lay below the things we see on the surface, stuff like the blockchain and all the metadata protocols and all that stuff. It's very important to have something that global and interoperable, but on the surface we need more identity, millions of different small platforms that interconnect and build like bigger networks, but yeah, no one has to adapt to and not being who they are, like.
Yes, I think that's something that is really inspiring for us, is thinking about how if we learn to talk in the same language, we can build like things that are completely different and super personal and representative of some kind of small community or whatever, but they can talk to each other because they share the same protocol, or they share the same metadata standards. So yeah, it's a really exciting moment to be building stuff, because all those things are possible now. Like when MIDI came up, and suddenly you have the chance to connect all these different brand instruments between each other and make music with stuff that look so different. But yeah, you plug a cable and they work and they are talking to each other, and that's really awesome. And that's one of the things that technology like gives us, I guess. And the other thing that we are thinking about a lot is the metadata, and how that is like also offer us new ways of thinking how we are going to present our work and our music and our everything, like thinking what information are you going to give about your release, like maybe
not just the description, but also like you can include different media in a release, so it's like the possibilities are infinite. So, like for example, we're thinking about MIDI a lot. We love MIDI, it's a beautiful technology. We're thinking it makes total sense to include MIDI for electronic music releases as part of a music release, and having it associated to a song, and then building something with that. We have ideas for future projects, to future releases of our platform, to make use of these resources. So. But first we wanted to start with something more simple. We always were curious about generative art, of course, and since digital music distribution is kind of boring, it could be more exciting, and there are also already people experimenting within the Web3 space with all that. So yeah, we wanted to make our first single for the platform. It's a music piece Sofja and I wrote and produced using this old synthesizer we bought. Not that old, but a hardware thing, like a big box that makes sounds using wavetables. It's beautiful. So we want to have of course, like a unique artwork for each edition of the song. It is going to be an ERC 721 token with the same audio, a little surprise also, and each artwork is going to be different. So for that we had to learn to use P5GS. I don't have any programming background. Sofja knows stuff, but we're little babies in terms of programming. So it was a crazy experience to like, okay, so that's how you draw a circle. Now give me like thousands of those, and let's see what the fuck happens. And it was all very, very chaotic and stressful, but also like beautiful, because we've built the whole thing like in a couple of weeks. And we also were thinking about, okay, how do we arrange all the metadata, because we use the P5GS to generate the artworks, and also like associate each artwork to a specific link on IPFS of the music, and there's also a second link for certain traits, like being this hidden track I spoiled it, but I don't know. I don't care. It's still going to be a surprise. So yeah, we had to include all the information there, and it's generated with the artwork, and then yeah, we had some problems uploading it and connecting the smart contract to that metadata, because we didn't know that you have to like erase the .json extension so it could work, and it was like, fuck.
Yes, but I think all this technical stuff wouldn't be possible if it weren't for like our friend Max, that really helped us in finding the exact tools that we needed to build something, because before we were like always thinking, yeah, we have to make this, and we were like googling stuff, and it's kind of overwhelming if you don't know like how to search for a thing that is so specific, because there are many ways of doing things, and yeah, it's really important to have someone that is pointing you in the right direction in this kind of things, because the information is there. It's just a matter of getting there.
And he kind of pushed us towards it, so we thank him.
Yes.
And also we made he made this template for us to start building on top, like the React app with all the hooks and stuff. We are still learning how to use, but
yes, we think it's really important to share all this stuff. So we want to make this project open source and upload it to GitHub and all the stuff, and make some kind of tutorial that it may not be like very technical, but I think it really helped us to have this step-by-step thing with only the parts that you need to change to make it your own.
Yeah, like a template.
Yeah, like a template with all the stuff together.
Yeah, because I think it's important to show other artists that these things are possible, and you can be your own platform, just like downloading some lines of code from the internet, and yeah.
Yeah, and that's our project. We have a next release after this one. That's going to be a compilation with music from our friends. It's going to be like 5 tracks. It's not huge, but it's important for us because it's people we really love. And yeah, the idea is basically the same, to have like a generative artwork for each edition of the track, but also have different tracks. And we don't know how would be the best way to release like albums. We think that it's important. I don't know, I really like listening to whole albums. I wish there were more whole albums, because everything got really centered in single releases and songs individually. So yeah.
Yeah, for now, like we've been thinking about this stuff, and we know there are ways, like the Chaos Project. They were making this NFT that contains other NFTs and stuff. But we are going to get there too. But for now, I think we're just going to like release
all the tracks.
all the tracks, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like the metadata of the music is going to be that way, and each artwork is different, and I think we'll make it like so you can only mint 5 tokens
all at once
and not less, so people grab like the whole album, because there was also the possibility of making a single audio file of the tracks, but I don't know if it will work like in long term. It's more like as a release of different artists. I think it's not the best way, but yeah, we're going to get there, and now that we have this project, we're also going to investigate more about all the other people involved in this for a while, and like trying to learn new shit.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah, so now we're going to basically like show the steps and like some technical details of how we made this thing. I don't know.
So we started making the music for this release and decided to give ourselves the restriction of only working with this synth that we have recently, that is an Access Virus TI. And the idea was to make all the MIDI in the computer and send it to the synth and record it from the stereo output of the synth, so we have it like already mixed by how we made the sounds from scratch, like mixing it, thinking from the sound design, and then gave it a little bit of mastering here with the compression and EQs and a little bit effects in some parts to give it more color. And yeah, it was fun also because it gave us the possibility to listen to it and then change the patch here and change all the sounds, and it's something completely different, although it has the same notes and the same timing, like the mood and the expression of the music is completely different. So it gave us also ideas to try new things with releases in the future with this project, like with the MIDI files and that stuff, which is fun. Once we had the music ready, we used this app called NFT storage to upload our files to IPFS. It is like super simple. You log in with your GitHub or whatever you like and generate an API key and then drag and drop the files here, and you get the IPFS link to use later on your contract and whatever you need to link to your files.
Yeah, we used P5.js for the artwork. It was like our first time making this and using this. It's a JavaScript library, like an adaptation of processing.
Yeah, it was a nice first approach to generative art, and it was fun too. Also, like figuring out the way to generate also the metadata stuff in the same script. So when we finish like the recording of each artwork, it also comes with its own JSON file with all the metadata.
Yeah, we have like 2 tracks. One is a hidden track. It's a secret, so don't tell anyone.
And once we had everything like exported correctly, we end up with this huge file that is like a list of all the JSONs with the traits, and we had to replace here like the IPFS link, which points out to our images that we had uploaded to the IPFS with NFTs storage. And then to split this into multiple files, we made this little code in Python that gets rid of some extra characters. And yeah, if you run it on the terminal, you got all these files with everything like separated, which is super cool. So then we uploaded the JSON files to the IPFS with the same app and used this front end that made Max, which interacts with the Zora contracts for the editions and the drops. And yeah, you can make multiple editions with this part, and we are using this one because we have different networks for each token. So here we pasted like the IPFS link, and here you should paste the other link which directs to the JSON file where you have all the metadata of the general metadata of the contract. We are building our website based on this Max also Yeah, we made a fork of the repo and then made our own website, which has like a different UI, and we have to finish the design part and all of that. But it's super cool because we now have our special minting page for a project.
There are very few things you have to change to make it work with your own contracts. It's like
yeah, you have like here anywhere you have like the link to a contract, you just replace it with
and it's like
your contract. And
so like to show a little like example of the process of configuring this thing, is like you just paste your contract's address and a couple of fields and adjust the mean price, right? And then it's good to go. There it is.
And there you have it. It was like 0.002 Rinkevi-ets.
That's very cheap. That's very cheap for beautiful artwork.
And yeah, there you see it loading.
It's waiting for the transaction to pass, so then it can like make this post-mint dialog.
Really nice post-mint dialog, and there you have it.
So we're going to run a test with our app with to display like the NFT that has been minted in the gallery with our friend's contract, Gregorian Ash, very talented and kind human being. He's going to be part of our compilation. So we just copy and paste the address in the gallery .tsx, and then
there you have it. All these precious tokens. Sometimes things just want to wait till they work and have a little break. Yeah, so this is it. Our little gallery of 4 tokens. We then will have to implement like some kind of marketplace where you can just see what are the tokens that you have in your wallet and list it, and or buy some others that have like price set. But that will be in the future. For now, I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah, for now, we'll have the minting instance first, and then we'll be adding new functionalities like the
the
Zora
marketplace,
so you can like list and sell your tokens.
And we'll have here like a nice audio player with all the music and all the things released with the platform.
So this is basically the template for our future releases, and it's plain and very simple, but we can adapt it to be whatever we want.
Yeah, so hope this is useful for someone, and thanks for watching this. And
yeah, like you can get in touch with us if you want to chat or like have like help with something or whatever. And yeah.